Rumors of unspoken tensions and familial secrets that no one anticipated are circulating about Yandy and Mendeecees, shocking fans. Sources claim that feelings were running high behind closed doors, and that shockwaves from revelations had rocked what appeared to be a stable marriage. According to insiders, the drama goes beyond Yandy and Mendeecees, including Kirk and Rasheeda, who are allegedly caught in the crossfire of emotional altercations, accusations, and confessions. According to sources, recent interactions have caused rifts among friends and family as secrets threaten to destroy long-standing bonds and loyalties are put to the test. Fans have been conjecturing nonstop, examining cryptic messages, social media posts, and subtle clues that allude to more serious problems. According to several sources, the strain has escalated to a breaking point, with intense private conversations and higher-than-ever emotions. Reports state that the stakes are really high. According to reports, the future of the family dynamic, trust, and respect are all at stake. Fans and close acquaintances are worried about what might happen next as the pressure increases with each revelation. As the plot and the drama around Yandy Mendeecees' Rasheeda continue to develop, Kirk predicts unexpected turns that could alter fans' preconceived notions about these well-known connections. Insiders claim that when the rumors about Yandy and Mendeecees started to circulate, there was a noticeable strain in their social circle. According to friends, they noted minor behavioral changes, with Mendeecees being described as especially uptight and careful during chats, and Yandy apparently appearing more contemplative and introverted. These alterations were not confined to private moments, according to sources. Fans swiftly conjectured, examining nuanced gestures, cryptic captions, and the timing of posts as social media posts and conversations alluded to a deeper struggle boiling beneath the surface. This fueled an environment of ongoing curiosity and anxiety. Insiders claim that Kirk and Rasheeda were unanticipatedly dragged into the drama, with sources indicating that their participation was both required and voluntary. According to reports, Rasheeda made an effort to reconcile the conflict between the pair by promoting open communication and responsibility. Friends claim that although Kirk purportedly shared his thoughts on communication and emotional accountability, the combination of his personal involvement and the public's monitoring produced a heated atmosphere in which every move was closely watched, and every statement could be interpreted incorrectly. According to reports, Yandy White was juggling a lot of different feelings while trying to keep the family together and balance the need for openness. According to insiders, she confessed in a close friend about feeling vulnerable and tired. She allegedly remarked, "I don't know how much longer I can keep walking this tightrope." According to friends, she felt under pressure to handle public and close family expectations, in addition to clearing up old misunderstandings. According to reports, the weight of conjecture adds layers of tension that made even everyday exchanges difficult. Mendeecees, however, apparently battled a mixture of worry and annoyance. According to sources, he was processing his own emotions of uncertainty and disappointment while trying to comprehend Yandy's point of view. According to friends, he voiced concerns about the future of their relationship and the consequences of unaddressed difficulties. He apparently said, "It seems like no matter how much we talk, we're just circling the same problems." According to insiders, this cycle of introspection and conflict grew more intense. The stakes for everyone's emotions. According to reports, Rasheeda's involvement became crucial as she tried to keep your cool in the face of the storm. According to insiders, she devoted numerous hours to arranging conversations, urging all participants to fully listen and share their emotions. She reportedly reminded Yandy and Mendeecees that restoring trust required recognizing feelings, even when they were difficult. Friends characterize her as the stabilizing force in an otherwise chaotic setting, offering direction without passing judgment and assisting in keeping disputes from getting out of hand. According to insiders, tensions allegedly increased at one private meeting when old complaints were brought up. According to reports, Yandy addressed Mendeecees about times when she felt ignored or disregarded. Rasheeda apparently stepped in, urging composure and encouraged both sides to voice their views, while Mendeecees allegedly vented his frustration about perceived slights and misunderstandings in a positive way. Despite the extremely intense nature of the meeting, friends say it gave Yandy and Mendeecees the chance to express issues that had been brewing for months, which led to opportunities for understanding and clarity. According to sources, social media fueled the flames as followers analyzed messages, stories, and interactions in real time. According to reports, some viewers identified with Yandy and commended her bravery in confronting challenging feelings, while others supported Mendeecees and emphasized the value of communication and respect in maintaining a marriage. Given that their activities were being closely observed and analyzed, insiders say that despite the tremendous public scrutiny, it also encouraged both parties to work towards authenticity and transparency. Friends assert these tiny moments of connection kept appearing in spite of the intensity. According to reports, reciprocal acceptance of sentiments, brief expressions of gratitude, and shared laughter offered momentary solace and comfort that the partnership had a basis worth preserving. Insiders stress that despite continuing difficulties, these brief but crucial moments helped to sustain optimism and promote more communication. One crucial conversation allegedly occurred during a weekend retreat intended to offer a setting for candid introspection, according to insiders. According to friends, Yandy and Mendeecees made use of this opportunity to try to regain trust, address unanswered questions, and have painful conversations again. According to reports, Yandy showed fragility over previous miscommunications. Rasheeda's mediation allegedly made sure that the conversation stayed on topic and constructive, even though Mendeecees admitted his own faults, including times when presumptions had impaired his judgment. Insiders claim that despite the intense emotions, the retreat also uncovered deeper levels of complexity, such as long-standing grievances and underlying disappointments that neither side had completely spoken. According to friends, revealing these feelings was difficult, but also essential since it gave them a chance to face realities that had been downplayed or ignored in previous discussions. Despite being emotionally draining, the exercise is said to have set the stage for future reconciliation and improved understanding throughout this time. According to sources, Yandy and Mendeecees started putting minor tactics into practice to enhance communication and lessen miscommunications. They allegedly created opportunities for unbroken dialogue, engaged in active listening, and established limits on social media relationships to stop outside criticism from escalating hostilities. According to friends, even though these actions were straightforward, they helped them feel in charge and empowered to handle the challenges of their relationship. Insiders claim that it went beyond mediation. According to reports, she provided advice on conflict resolution, emotional intelligence, and accountability, assisting Yandy and Mendeecees in creating plans for sustained stability. According to friends, her viewpoint as a dependable confidant and skilled mediator offered vital support, enabling the couple to handle tense situations with more understanding and compassion. However, social media scrutiny made things even more difficult. According to reports, fans deciphered tone in posts, deciphered subtle gestures, and made real-time conjectures about the meaning of interactions. According to insiders, the continual attention raised the emotional stakes, necessitating constant attention to detail and careful control of one's behavior in both public and private settings. Yandy and Mendeecees allegedly stayed dedicated to dealing with problems head-on and honestly in spite of these challenges, realizing that openness was crucial to rebuilding confidence. According to friends, small steps forward were apparent as these weeks went on. The pair reportedly had fleeting moments of emotional transparency, reconciliation, and connection that reaffirmed the potential for recovery. According to insiders, even though these minor successes are frequently obscured by persistent tensions or public attention, they served as motivation to keep having tough talks and working towards a settlement. Sources claim that a combination of introspection, guided discussion, and close attention to communication produced an atmosphere that allowed for significant advancement. According to friends, Yandy and Mendeecees were actively trying to regain trust, fortify their emotional connection, and negotiate the difficulties brought about by Sierra's disclosures and public rumors, even though the path was still difficult. Fans allegedly stayed engrossed in the narrative, analyzing each post, update, and conversation as it developed. According to insiders, the public's interest increased pressure while also drawing attention to the wider emotional stakes, highlighting the significance of openness, responsibility, and persistent work in mending the relationship. According to reports, fans eagerly anticipated the unfolding twists, disclosures, and emotional confrontations that Yandy Mendeecees Rasheeda. According to sources, Rasheeda and Kirk's involvement exacerbated these ongoing tensions. They apparently found themselves mediating more often than expected in an effort to diffuse tensions before they got out of hand. According to reports, Yandy was balancing a wide range of emotions, from annoyance and perplexity to epiphanies and introspection. According to sources, she confided in close friends that she felt emotionally overburdened, but was still committed to comprehending the intricacies of her marriage. "I want to get to the bottom of this, but it feels like every step forward comes with 2 steps back," she allegedly stated. According to friends, despite the mounting external demands, Yandy's internal conflict revealed a strong yearning for clarity and trust. In contrast, Mendeecees apparently experienced a mix of defensiveness and accountability. According to insiders, he expressed displeasure about perceived slights and unsolved tensions, while also acknowledging errors and misunderstandings. Friends recounted instances in which he indicated a need for acknowledgement and respect, stressing that mutual understanding and constant work were necessary to regain trust. "I need to be valued and heard, yet I'm prepared to put in the effort." According to reports, he told a close confidant. According to reports, Rasheeda's job grew more important as she tried to strike a balance between honesty and empathy. According to sources, she mediated talks for hours, guiding Mendeecees and Yandy through emotionally sensitive situations without their turning into full-fledged altercations. Insiders claim that Kirk also provided assistance, especially in pointing out instances of misunderstandings and providing insight on how to handle delicate subjects in a positive way. Despite the continuous drama, friends say their assistance provided a foundation for resolution. According to reports, a particularly contentious conversation exposed long-standing problems that had been brewing beneath the surface. According to reports, Yandy mentioned times when she felt unappreciated or disregarded. Rasheeda allegedly stepped in several times to keep things calm, asking both parties to express their emotions freely and to listen intently, while Mendeecees vented his fury about presumptions and misunderstandings that had led to needless stress. According to insiders, despite the intense emotions, this confrontation made it possible to voice complaints that had not been addressed before, which laid the groundwork for future development. Social media, according to sources, kept making things worse. The pair was apparently under more stress and strain as a result of fans' analysis of posts, dissection of interactions, and conjecture about the meaning behind each update. Audiences reportedly took sides with Mendeecees, stressing the need of accountability and respect, while others sympathized with Yandy, plotting her attempts to address fundamental issues. According to an insider, handling this public scrutiny necessitated careful control over one's own feelings, as well as how others saw one. Friends say that small moments of connection provided solace and optimism amidst the chaos. Small gestures of understanding, brief expressions of gratitude, and reportedly shared laughing offered momentary comfort that the partnership could withstand the stress. Despite their transience, many assert that these times were crucial in sustaining drive to keep overcoming obstacles. Additionally, according to insiders, Yandy and Mendeecees started putting plans in place to stop miscommunications from getting worse. In order to lessen outside influence, they allegedly set aside certain periods for undisturbed discourse, prioritized active listening, and placed limits on social media use. Despite their simplicity, friends say these actions helped both parties feel more in control and decreased the likelihood of disagreement. Writing quotations as advice that allegedly went beyond mediation. According to sources, she gave Yandy and Mendeecees advice on how to handle emotionally charged situations more skillfully by offering ideas on emotional accountability, communication tactics, and conflict resolution methods. Insiders claim that Kirk made a contribution by stressing patience, providing insight into workable solutions, and stressing the value of respect for one another in maintaining a long-term partnership. Friends claim that a private weekend retreat marked a major turning point in their relationship. During this period, Yandy and Mendeecees allegedly went over outstanding matters again, dealt with unsolved concerns, and made an effort to restore confidence through candid and open communication. According to reports, Yandy revealed weakness on previous miscommunications, and Mendeecees allegedly admitted his own role in escalating the conflict. According to insiders, this intense emphasis on communication opened doors for possible reconciliation and emotional clarity. According to sources, the retreat revealed previously unsaid frustrations, as well as the depth of feelings that had built up over time. Friends say that any significant improvement required facing these hard realities, even though it was painful. According to reports, Yandy and Mendeecees both made significant progress towards understanding and healing by admitting patterns of misunderstanding and releasing long-held emotions. Social media remained an important factor. Insiders said that fans conjectured about every nuanced exchange. The emotional stakes for Yandy and Mendeecees are raised by the cryptic message and brief comment. In spite of this, sources asserted that the pair prioritized their own personal development, putting their own understanding ahead of outside viewpoints, and making an effort to remain genuine in their relationships. As time went on, friends say small successes became increasingly apparent. The prospect of reconciliation is said to be strengthened by small acts of understanding, gratitude, and sincere connection. Insiders underlined that despite their subtlety, these advancements provide vital inspiration for ongoing work to address intricate emotional aspects. Sources claim that a combination of mediated conversation, intentional communication techniques, and introspection fostered an atmosphere that supported emotional development. According to their friends, Yandy and Mendeecees were dedicated to confronting problems head-on, upholding responsibility, and encouraging a greater comprehension of each other's viewpoints. According to reports, Rasheeda and Kirk's continuous assistance strengthened the procedure and made sure the couple stayed grounded and focused in the face of outside criticism. According to insiders, as the weeks went by, the three of them dealt with fresh difficulties, tense situations, and small victories. Friends spoke about a careful balancing act between hope and caution, with both Yandy and Mendeecees acknowledging the value of patience, empathy, and regular communication. Rasheeda and Kirk's participation allegedly kept things in perspective, allowing the pair to face emotionally charged situations with purpose and clarity. According to sources, followers continued to be engrossed in the story as it developed, closely examining each post and update. According to friends, this public involvement, along with the additional strain it brought, emphasized the emotional stakes and the significance of openness, responsibility, and purposeful work in managing high-profile relationships. According to insiders, moments of vulnerability and connection persisted despite persistent difficulties. According to reports, quick reconciliations, Sincere was reassured that confidence could be restored via dialogue and mutual admission of errors. Friends stressed that although if the couple's progress was slow, their dedication to empathy, understanding, and open communication is still crucial to their journey. Sources claim that by the conclusion of this time, Yandy and Mendeecees had a better understanding of the emotional dynamics involved, the impact of public scrutiny, and the significance of having an organized conversation. According to friends, as the turmoil surrounding Yandy and Mendeecees persisted, small steps forward together with constant direction from Rasheeda and Kirk gave faith that the marriage could weather the storms and come out stronger. According to insiders, tension was still strong and feelings were running higher than before. Friends say that every encounter was examined both in private and in public, and that even small disputes may spark furious arguments. According to sources, even routine conversations became emotionally fraught as Yandy and Mendeecees struggled to balance managing the expectations of fans and close family members with resolving their own concerns. Discussions that are emotionally intense. According to reports, Yandy was juggling feelings of vulnerability, frustration, and resolve. According to insiders, she struggled to balance the necessity to face long-ignored realities with the need to preserve family togetherness. Friends recounted instances in which Yandy reportedly confessed, stating that she felt emotionally overburdened but was determined to comprehend the intricate dynamics of her marriage. "I can't stop trying, even though it feels like I'm carrying everything." According to reports, she told a valued confidant. Sources claim that Mendeecees was battling his own emotional instability. According to friends, he was both defensive and accountable, trying to own his sins from the past while also expressing annoyance over the frequent misunderstandings. He reportedly underlined the value of respect for one another and the necessity of making real attempts to regain trust. According to insiders, despite their intensity, these discussions were essential in reopening channels of communication that had been closed up by pride, fear, or misunderstanding. According to reports, problems that had been brewing for months. According to reports, Yandy approached Mendeecees about times when she felt ignored or misinterpreted. Rasheeda is claimed to have stepped in several times to assure clarity, even as Mendeecees reportedly gave his perspective on instances in which he felt unfairly judged or undervalued, reminding both sides that the secret to productive communication was to convey emotions without placing blame. According to insiders, despite being extremely taxing, the discussion opened up possibilities for understanding and brought to light unsolved difficulties. Sources claim that social media kept making the situation more intense. According to reports, Yandy and Mendeecees were under more pressure as a result of fans closely examining every gesture, post, and comment. According to reports, several viewers supported Yandy and praised her candor and sensitivity. Others, who emphasized the value of accountability and respect for one another, backed Mendeecees. According to an insider, handling this public attention turned into a profession in and of itself, requiring tact and calculated communication to keep relationships and oneself stable. Despite persistent difficulties, friends said that little triumphs started to emerge. There were reportedly brief moments of understanding and connection between Yandy and Mendeecees. Brief conversations that bolstered the prospect of reconciliation and provided reassurance. According to insiders, these seemingly little exchanges were crucial in maintaining the drive to keep dealing with intricate emotional light dynamics. Sources claim that the pair used methodical techniques to deal with their ongoing arguments. According to reports, they set aside specific periods for unbroken conversation and concentrated on engaging in active listening and establishing guidelines for using social media. According to friends, these simple steps were successful in lowering outside influences and improving private communication, which allowed Yandy and Mendeecees to process their feelings without interruption or hindrance. They also went so far as to provide guidance on conflict resolution, communication strategies, and emotional accountability. According to sources, in order to establish a foundation for further fruitful exchanges, she urged both sides to recognize misunderstanding patterns and make an effort to stop them from happening again. According to those with knowledge of the situation, Kirk offered free advice, stressing the value of long-term solutions over short-term ones, patience, and perspective. An intense weekend session is said to have been a pivotal moment, according to insiders. According to friends, Mendeecees and Yandy addressed outstanding problems, went over previous miscommunications, and had a planned conversation aimed at restoring confidence. According to reports, Yandy shared her frustrations, insecurities, and concerns. Mendeecees admitted his role in the dispute, but according to reports, this concentrated effort helped both parties understand one another's viewpoints and set the stage for deep emotional development. According to reports, during this time, unvoiced complaints surfaced, creating fresh difficulties. Friends say that in order to treat the underlying causes of recurrent tension, it was necessary to face these concealed feelings, even though it was challenging. According to insiders, by being transparent about these problems, Yandy and Mendeecees were able to create plans to stop similar disputes in the future. According to reports, social media remained a double-edged blade even when emotions were sometimes high. According to reports, fans analyzed messages and conjectured about personal exchanges, which increased the couple's pressure and incentive to remain open. According to friends, Yandy and Mendeecees concentrated on open communication and private problem-solving in spite of this monitoring, realizing that internal clarity was more significant than approval from others. Friends report that as time went on, small victories became increasingly apparent. According to reports, showing vulnerability, owning up to mistakes, and expressing gratitude all support the idea that healing is possible. Despite their subtlety, insiders stressed that these changes were crucial for maintaining a pace in a process that needed perseverance, hard work, and shared dedication. According to sources, a basis for possible reconciliation was established by the mix of introspection, facilitated conversations, and purposeful communication techniques. According to friends, Yandy and Mendeecees cases became more conscious of the necessity of properly navigating the emotional complexities and outside demands. According to reports, Rasheeda and Kirk's continued participation kept things in perspective and helped keep the conversation productive and focused on the goal as the weeks went by. According to insiders, fresh conflicts periodically surfaced, frequently brought on by outside opinion or unresolved miscommunications. According to friends, these incidents put the couple's dedication to open communication, but also offered chances to work on dispute resolution, active listening, and emotional control. Despite being distressing, sources indicate that these difficulties helped people better comprehend one another's emotional needs. The story was still being followed with great interest by fans. Every public post-conversation and tale was reportedly examined and interpreted, which increased pressure while also emphasizing the emotional stakes. According to insiders, Yandy and Mendeecees felt more accountable as a result of the public scrutiny, which also reaffirmed the value of intentional, genuine communication. Friends claim that even in the face of constant upheaval, brief moments of recognition and connection persisted. Expressions of sympathy, mutual laughing, and heartfelt apologies were said to provide comfort that the partnership might survive even in the face of high-stakes drama. Insiders underlined that keeping attention on these instances, no matter how fleeting, was essential to preserving optimism and inspiration for continued communication and peacemaking. Sources claim that by the end of this time, Yandy and Mendeecees were more capable of handling emotional difficulties, navigating outside demands, and putting healthy communication techniques into practice. According to friends, Small victories, along with encouragement from Kirk and Rasheeda, gave people optimism that the marriage will survive the current turmoil and come out stronger. According to insiders, the conflict between Yandy and Mendeecees escalated to unprecedented levels, pushing the boundaries of their emotional forbearance and patience, even if the voyage remained intricate and continuous over time. According to friends, the stakes were higher than ever, as seemingly trivial disagreements may turn into heated arguments. Both sides, according to insiders, were extremely aware of the public glare, which magnified every remark, gesture, and social media post, further straining their already delicate relationships. Insiders said Yandy was still juggling a complicated combination of vulnerability, frustration, and resolve. She reportedly pondered the state of her marriage for several hours, assessing the significance of emotional fulfillment, trust, and personal limits. According to friends, she acknowledged that she would inevitably have times of uncertainty, but stayed dedicated to obtaining understanding and clearing up long-standing misconceptions. "I must ascertain our actual situation, yet I cannot disregard how I feel," she reportedly told a close friend. According to reports, Mendeecees felt both responsible and defensive. According to sources, he expressed aggravation over unsolved disputes that kept coming up while also acknowledging his past sins. Friends recount discussions in which he stressed the value of respect for one another and the necessity of taking concrete steps to restore confidence. According to insiders, even during tense occasions, he showed a readiness to have in-depth, thoughtful conversations, indicating that if both sides stayed dedicated, reconciliation was achievable. Rasheeda and Kirk continued to be crucial in helping the relationship if both of them stayed dedicated. Rasheeda reportedly provided advice on how to communicate effectively, urging Mendeecees and Yandy to actively listen to each other and to communicate their feelings without placing blame. Insiders claim that Kirk assisted in identifying miscommunication trends and offered workable solutions for conflict resolution. According to friends, their participation was crucial in keeping things from getting out of control and keeping the emphasis on long-term fixes rather than fleeting emotional responses. According to reports, one especially dramatic exchange took place over a private luncheon planned to address ongoing concerns. According to reports, Yandy addressed Mendeecees about times when she felt ignored, devalued, or misinterpreted. In response, Mendeecees reportedly voiced his annoyance at what he perceived to be presumptions about his devotion and intentions. According to insiders, despite its intensity, this emotionally charged discussion provided a platform for possible understanding and growth by allowing the venting of complaints that had previously remained unsaid. Social media, according to sources, kept stoking rumors. Every post, story, and remark was apparently examined by fans, fostering an atmosphere where personal stress was exacerbated by public perception. While some fans agreed with Mendeecees, emphasizing the value of accountability and respect, others reportedly sympathized with Yandy, applauding her bravery in addressing unsolved issues. According to insiders, both parties needed to pay close attention and communicate strategically in order to handle this external scrutiny. Companions indicate that minor triumphs started to emerge among the chaos. Reconciliation was reportedly reassured by fleeting moments of understanding, connection, and acceptance of one another's emotions. Insiders stressed that these small but significant actions were essential in keeping them motivated to keep working through the difficulties in their relationship. Sources claim that the pair also used structured techniques to stop arguments from happening again. To reduce outside influence, they reportedly set aside certain periods for concentrated talks, engaged in active listening, and set limits on social media use. According to friends, these initiatives improved Yandy and Mendeecees' communication, lowering the likelihood of miscommunications and promoting increased emotional stability. Rasheed one quotation. S advice, as reported by insiders, remained vital. She reportedly stressed the value of emotional accountability, offered conflict resolution strategies, and promoted judgment-free, open communication. Kirk helped the couple deal with stressful situations with clarity and purpose by emphasizing the importance of patience, perspective, and realistic problem solutions. According to friends, this dual support system helped both Yandy and Mendeecees stay focused and face obstacles in a positive way. According to sources, a weekend retreat intended for concentrated discussion and introspection is said to have produced a major breakthrough. According to friends, Yandy and Mendeecees tried to restore trust through open communication, addressed unsolved issues, and aired feelings that had previously been suppressed. Yandy reportedly expressed vulnerability and frustration. Although Mendeecees admitted his role in ongoing conflicts, insiders say that this intense work produced chances for deep comprehension and emotional growth. According to reports, further levels of complexity surfaced as the retreat progressed. According to friends, it was difficult but essential to face deeply ingrained emotions in order to identify the underlying reasons for recurring disputes. According to insiders, Yandy and Mendeecees learn how to handle the emotional complexities of a well-known relationship while also developing techniques to avoid future misunderstandings as a result of confronting these challenging realities. Sources claim that social media is still a two-edged sword. According to reports, fans scrutinized every fleeting post, cryptic message, and subtle contact, increasing scrutiny while also fostering a feeling of accountability. According to friends, the pair valued introspection and sincere communication in spite of the pressure. Friends reported that small gains were more apparent when they realized that internal clarity and trust were more important than public affirmation. Moments of empathy, modest expressions of gratitude, and mutual understanding reportedly gave people confidence that the relationship could last. Insiders stressed that staying motivated and hopeful while overcoming persistent obstacles required keeping an eye on these advancements, no matter how small. According to sources, Yandy and Mendeecees become more conscious of how their relationship was impacted by communication styles, private feelings, and public attention. According to friends, both parties were able to handle emotionally charged situations more skillfully by admitting these factors and putting intentional resolution techniques into practice. According to reports, Rasheeda and Kirk's ongoing assistance ensured that progress by preserving perspective and encouraging fruitful discussion. Despite being progressive, it stayed constant. According to insiders, Yandy and Mendeecees eventually had to strike a careful balance between optimism and prudence. They reportedly celebrated small victories, advancement while keeping in mind the ongoing emotional difficulties. According to friends, genuine connection, reciprocal acknowledgement, and vulnerable times all support the prospect of lasting reconciliation. Fans remained incredibly interested in the narrative as it developed, despite the constant controversy and public conjecture. According to reports, every social media post, public update, and small gesture was closely examined, which led to a situation where relationship development and personal development were exaggerated for the general public to see. According to insiders, this focus emphasized the emotional stakes for both Yandy and Mendeecees and reaffirmed the significance of purposeful, genuine communication. Friends say the journey is still ongoing but positive. Moments of understanding, vulnerability, and connection have reportedly continued, providing comfort that the pair could carry on overcoming obstacles and restoring trust. According to insiders, the foundation of dedication and deliberate communication offered a framework for possible long-term stability, even though the road ahead required perseverance, empathy, and constant effort. According to reports, Yandy and Mendeecees apparently grew more aware of the intricacies of their relationship as this chapter of their story progressed. Friends stressed that maintaining development required constant efforts to negotiate emotional upheaval, communicate genuinely, and uphold mutual respect. According to reports, Rasheeda and Kirk's ongoing assistance provided direction, viewpoint, and mediation when required, guaranteeing that challenging discussions stayed positive and solution-oriented. In conclusion, experts indicate that in spite of ongoing difficulties, Yandy and Mendeecees showed a readiness to have in-depth, thoughtful conversations, deal with outstanding problems, and gradually regain trust. According to acquaintances, the marriage may be able to endure continued stress and come out stronger thanks to a combination of organized communication, the help of dependable family and friends, and concentrated attempts to control public scrutiny. Even yet, the voyage remained emotionally intense and complicated. Fans are left wondering what the future holds for this well-known pair as the drama surrounding Yandy and Mendeecees continues to develop. Their relationship is greatly impacted by emotional tensions, long-standing complaints, and public scrutiny. Every gesture and every discussion becomes more significant. According to an insider, although there have been instances of understanding and connection, the path to reconciliation is still long, from simple. There are still moments when the family is apart. Emotions are still running high, and the strain of being in the spotlight adds an unavoidable level of complexity. Will Yandy and Mendeecees be able to regain harmony and trust? That is the question viewers are left with. Or will these growing difficulties eventually cause a permanent rift? It seems crucial that family members and close friends like Kirk and Rasheeda get involved, supplying direction, viewpoint, and mediation to maintain fruitful discussions. However, the future depends on more than just resolving the past errors, but also on